All of the work that we've done so far in Chapter 7 has assumed that our bonds pay their coupons only one time per year. However, many bonds, as a matter of fact, most bonds pay their coupons semi-annually. So if a bond has a 10% coupon rate, if it were an annual payment bond, it would pay $100 one time per year. However, if we had a 10% bond that paid its coupons semi-annually, that bond would pay $50 in coupon payments every 6 months for a total of $100 per year. But that $100 is paid in two $50 payments. We're going to have to account for that when we find the value as well as the yield on a bond. So, how are we going to adjust our process? Well, we're going to now think about the total number of 6 month periods that are remaining. So we're going to take our number of years left until maturity, multiply that by 2. When it comes to the yield to maturity that we use to discount the bond's benefits, we're going to look at, or we're going to input our 6-month rate into our calculators. So we're going to take R sub D, divide that by 2. That will be our I divided by YR input. And our coupons, our annual coupons, will now be divided by 2. Those will be our payments. So, what if we had a 10-year, 10% semi-annual coupon bond that paid, or that had a yield to maturity of 13%? Here, when it comes to N, our N will be 20. We'll have 20 6-month periods. Our yield to maturity will be 13% divided by 2, or 6.5%. That will be our input for our I divided by Y key on our financial calculators. And finally, the coupon will be our $100, but now we're dividing by 2, so we'll have $50 in coupon payments every 6 months. So when we're finding the price on this bond, our pricing rules still will apply. In this case, this is a discount bond. It only has a 10% coupon, but all other bonds paying their investors for the same burden of risk, they're getting 13%. So this bond has got to sell at a price below par so it can be attractive to investors. So N is 20. Our yield to maturity every 6 months is 6.5. Our payment every 6 months is $50. And our future value is $1,000. So the only things that don't get altered will be the price, the present value, and the future value, the return of the par value. Everything else we have to account for the fact that now we have a semi-annual bond. Here are some more problems. For finding value, I've worked a problem for you. So click on the link, it'll bring you to the Show Me tutorial. When it comes to finding yields, here's a couple of problems that I've worked for you at these 2 links. However, note, when you are finding yield to maturity, when you plug in all the information into your calculator, your display will give you some figure for that yield to maturity. The display is telling you the yield to maturity every 6 months. That's not how we're going to report that. We're going to report that on an annual basis. So whatever the display says for your yield to maturity, then take that number and multiply by 2. And that'll be your answer.